You're live! I just got done with work and I'm hanging out at home. I just sent all my Skype contacts, my Core 24 and my Patreon. I sent them all a message about half an hour ago saying I'm going to be going live soon. So that's one of the benefits that you have by catching me up, catching up with me on Skype and such. So I had a super long day. I was doing adulting all day, which is not my favorite thing. Hey Rhea, how are you? Nice to see you. And she is one that I sent a Skype message to, Miss Silvermoon. Oh, hi Purple Sky. She's also a Skype friend. So see, you guys get warnings. So make sure that you find out how you can be a Skype contact of mine. I'm glad everybody's doing good. I'm doing amazing too. I had a good night at work. But I do, kind of want to maybe rant about it, because there were some bits that I just, I killed it with kindness and I wouldn't let it get to me, so it was fine. But, any other day I probably would have been like, this night is so, just not, it was, yeah, but I made it okay, so it was fine. It was really busy, and then it got really slow, so I got to go home early, so that was nice. And then I get to chat with you guys, so it's been a while since I've sat down and done a video. Hi Whitney, how are you? As you can see, your order is done. I just have to figure out how to pack it up and ship it. So that won't take long. And I just set up an Etsy. So anybody who ordered from me, I think I'll just end up doing an Etsy bundle, and saying that, this is for Whitney or whatever. And then you can just purchase it that way. This week I've done a lot, not video-wise though. I've done a lot. Oh good, soon. Let me know your Etsy and we'll all check it out. And you can send me things from your Etsy and I'll show them on my channel. I'm helping a lot of people out that way. And I have now 6 or 7 giant Yule boxes under my tree from friends and family members from this channel. And I cannot wait to open them. I think I might, because I just got one from Violet today that was humongous and heavy. And basically, I know what's in there because she chatted with me. She found a deer. I know she put other things in there, but she found a deer in the woods 3 months ago. And this is Violet Tames. She has a YouTube channel. She's amazing. She needs more followers because I know a lot of you that follow me would like her because she teaches me stuff like how to clean bones, how to properly do that sort of taxidermy and such. So anyway, she found a deer in the woods and she's like, what part of it do you want, And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many deer heads, I have so many deer hooves, I have, all kinds of things around like deers, but I really wanted something from its, the deer is so calm and still and amazing. I wanted something from its root chakra area and the sacral chakra. So I asked for the hips, the whole, what do you call it? On a skeleton, there would be, funny, I'm wearing a skeleton shirt. Okay, so I wanted the pelvis, just the whole big old pelvis. And she says, is there one on the back? Yeah, it's the same though. And she says, well, it's broken. And I'm like, oh, even better. Hey, Legata, we've been waiting for you. Alex and I say, hi, how are you? We haven't heard from you in a while, but neither of us, we've both been so busy with Christmas. We're all trying to get together to get Yule stuff done, just get Christmas stuff done, everything. It's just been so great. So anybody that has an Etsy page, you can send me things, and since I have now 555 subscribers, I love the number 5, and right now I'm at 555. I love that. And I would love to sit there for a month, I don't even care if I gain more at this point, because that's a cool number. So anyway, where am I at in my rant? I lost it. That happens. Wait. Oh, right. If you have an... if you have an Etsy page, or if you have a YouTube channel or whatever, or something else, your own website with your own stuff, You can send it to me and my 555 people and family members will all see it, and then we'll know that we can shop from each other. And that will be such a fun thing, you know, like I'm looking forward to like getting my stuff sorted, which another big thing I did was I hired someone to be my like personal assistant basically. I chose Maddie. She's running my Instagram. She's made a beautiful Instagram for me. She's going to be making other like social media and promoting the Taxidermy Witch. So I'm so thankful and so excited because some of my other close friends, Tess and Brenda, were telling me, you know, you got to get your domain name. Somebody could steal this from you. And I was like crying and panicking. Like when I thought somebody could steal all the work I've done, I was just like in a panic, you know. So, hey Tess, how are you? So I just bought my domain name, which costs like $12 or whatever. And then it came with this website, Taxidermy Witch, or email, and I'm like, perfect, I'll have an email just for Taxidermy Witch. I can't fucking figure out how to get into it, and like, that was an issue, and I like spent all this time making an Etsy, and then used the wrong email, so I had to put it all down, and I was like, I'm not giving up on this, so I redid it, and it like, seriously took like 20 hours, and I was just like, dead. I stopped everything, I didn't look at my phone for like 15 hours, and I just watched Downton Abbey. Like, I, like, had to just, like, but I got a lot of progress made and a lot done. And I keep sending Maddie pictures, and then I send, like, what I'm quoting, and she sends it to the Instagram, so make sure to follow the Taxidermy Witch on Instagram. What else is going on? I don't know. I wanted to, like, get home and talk to you guys, so I'm excited that everybody's here. Legato, what have you been up to, lady? I want to talk about something as well. This has come up a lot in my personal life and my Skype chat life. What do you guys think alcohol does to you? Like looking at houses on the beach. That's awesome. I wish I was doing that. But we will be looking at houses in Texas soon, so that'll be fun. Anyway, so, like, what was I talking about? It's been a long day. I've been up since, like, 6. And then I took, like, a nap in the car, and I was just, like, so mad that I even shut my eyes. Oh, I'm not driving for, like, 6 months to 9 months because I got this ticket, and then that ticket means that I have to, like, get the special insurance, and I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to pay $200 a month on top of your car payment, on top of gas, on top of upkeep, which nobody ever factors in, on top of insurance payment. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to spend $900 a month for a fucking 2-seat little race car. Like, it's not even it's not even practical, right? For me and my family and our farm and everything. So the cars, you know, we're selling that away. And then we are just sharing the truck because Alex and I just both work part-time and I work from the house. So it's like, what exactly do I need to be doing with another car and like that costs $900 a month? So I'm not driving. So I either have Peggy, like we spent the day together today, we ran errands, we did Christmas shopping for Lily, it was really fun. I took some pictures of us shopping and put them on my Instagram, so make sure to check that out. I'm not a good promoter of myself, honestly, that's why I'm Maddie. So yeah, I thought it would be really cool to have that pelvic bone of the deer to do root and sacral chakra work. Because the deer is such a fucking rad, cool, calm, still animal that, like, has this unique grace that is indescribable. And, you know, it's been a meat that in this area of the country has fertility work too. Totally, Whitney. Yeah, definitely fertility work. Well, the pelvis is broken though, so I don't know. Well, maybe that's a symbol of like a broken woman's womb and then you're trying to do fertility work on it. Yeah, for sure. I like that. And also, let me show you something I do fertility work on already, and it's kind of like the same thing, but it's not taxidermy. It's, of course, something else, and most of you probably know what it is. Oh, I wanted to talk about drinking and how, like, what exactly happens to your spirit when you get drunk. And I want to talk about that with you guys, because that's been coming up so much in my life lately. Like friends and family, both online and in the personal life, so I feel like I gotta talk about it with you guys. Oh, there's so much stuff in here. Oh, my room is so messy right now. I love doing fertility work with this. Oh, mother of Christ. Oh, long day. Oh, I made some ornaments out of the star fruits. They're really cool. And then, of course, the other one that I use is... I didn't wear my rings to work today because I forgot. Like, I just forgot. Because I was going to Peggy's to take a bath. So we don't have a bathtub, just a shower, and I hate that. My customer asked me, "Oh my god, are you okay?" Because we've talked about my rings before. And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay. Why?" Because I was kind of having a bad time at work, but I was like, "Why do you know?" And he's like, "Your rings, your power, you told me about them before, like, you have to have them." And I was like, "Yeah, totally crazy, honest mistake. I hung out with my mom all day, did a massage, and just took them off before I went. And because I thought I was coming right back to get ready for work, I got ready for work and then realized I didn't have my rings." Anyway, it was so cute that one of my customers was, like, worried about my, you know, like, "Are you okay? Where's your source of power?" Like, I thought that was so cute. Okay, so I have the woman's pelvis area, right? That would be really good for sacral, root chakra work, and then sacral chakra work, and then even the solar plexus as the belly button is. There's a little right here. There's a little divot for the belly button. I don't know if you can see it. So then I got these two together. Oh, I got such good prices on these. Oh my goodness. So, show you what is going on here. So that's the male pelvis. I just love that piece. It's hollow on the inside, and it's really like cracked and bad in a lot of places, which I just think makes it better, you know. And then I'll show you kind of a close-up on the woman's. Can you see that, guys? And in the back, she's got the cutest little buttons. I think this is like an underwear statue. So, and then this male on the back also has some nice cute buns, but I like his stride stance. Whoops. Like how his legs are separate and apart. I'm really a fan of that stride stance. So, I'm making up that word, stride stance. You know what I mean. I found a YouTuber who I'm like infatuated with, and she makes me laugh so much. Have any of you guys heard of Jessie Smiles? I'm like having the best time watching her stuff. She's so funny. Hi Brenda, how are you? We were just talking about you a little bit ago. Sickness of the stomach. Yeah, with both of these, again, because right here there's a belly button. So that's really where that solar plexus, that third chakra, the yellow one, lives. Right there at the belly button, you know. And it does radiate quite a bit higher, and you're missing a bit of where the rest of that chakra would be. I wish I knew enough to, like, teach you guys straight up from the bottom to the top all about chakras. That would be really fun, I think. So I'm super excited for the Yule gifts that I've gotten. Let's talk about alcohol. So, what do you guys think as witches and as, or pagans, or whatever you call yourself in this practice, right? Wiccans. What do you guys think happens to you spiritually when you drink alcohol? What do you think happens to your mind? Like, I'm not talking about have one glass in 1 hour. I'm talking about start getting tipsy, start getting drunk, like start doing it. Because in my past, I've been a person that has been very, 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 what I do a lot of it, and I pay for it the next day or whatever. As I've gotten older, into my 30s, of course I realize, fuck, like 2 and 3 day hangovers, like I can't do that anymore, because even on the fourth day you're like so tired from laying in bed and feeling like crap. But not on the hangover. I'm talking about when you're actually that drunk or even tipsy, because you don't remember things, right? Like the next day, it's not as clear as if you were sober the day before. What do you guys think happens to your soul? What do you think happens to you? Because I have a really big, I told my mom today and she was like, Jennifer. Alex dropped something. Did you hear that? I'm gonna go see if he's okay super quick. Oh, shit. Are you okay, babe? All is good. The cats have been absolutely nuts lately, and they're just like, whatever we leave on the counter, they'll push off. So Alex literally just had a mason jar full of water and ice, and they just, so, a couple of swears flew out of his mouth. Uh, so let's see. I wish I still, Brenda says, I wish I still had the mannequin head I painted years back with a click on the throat structure, or a picture of it. Brenda created and sent this to me, which stays either in my purse or it was right here at my working altar. It's so pretty. And Brenda has an Etsy page. So Brenda, you make sure to give me a link to it and I'll put it in the description box. And I'll also put all of you who are watching me right now, if you have an Etsy page, because I know like at least 2 or 3 of you do, give me a link and I'll put it in the description, okay? That's what I'm trying to do, is help my friends and help me, and we're all trying to help each other, okay? So, because I do really like to work with mannequins for chakra work. Like, it's so awesome to, like, have, like, I mean, honestly, like, this is really massive, right? Like, it's funny almost how massive they made this shape. So to me, like, I can really work with that for fertility work, Some people have me work with that Elvis for fertility work. Like, they want the king down here. That's why for that client, I also ended up getting this, which they paid for, and I keep it in my studio, but they paid for it because for the workings that we do over Skype together, he wants me to work with the king for his, fertility work, which, man, that to me is so awesome. So back to the alcohol. Too much alcohol separates me from being in tune with your spirituality. Okay. So, do you mean, Tess, when you say that, like, for a week or a month after you drink a lot? Or do you mean just when you're tipsy or have the alcohol in your blood? Because, yeah. It amplifies whatever you're doing, though emotionally. If you're in a bad mood, you just get more angry, etc. Yes, the type of alcohol can be an amplifier for me, too. Clock. Silver Moon, my mom is in love with Elvis too. I used to get her, like, all Christmas gifts were, like, Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. So that's funny because one day I'll end up getting him back, which is really cool because she hangs on to all the stuff that we've ever given her. It does dull your senses, absolutely. During until it's out of your system. Okay. So, let me tell you what I think. I think that when you drink alcohol and you start tipsy, now I think all around us all the time, there's spirits hanging out. You know, like right in this realm with us. And I think that most of us, 90% of us, not you and me witches, but people in general, are unaware that that's going on. But I truly believe that when you start drinking and you start to get tipsy and acting crazy, spirits sense your vulnerability. Okay? And they watch you. And some of them want to really play and go crazy because they don't get to do that. But when you become that vulnerable, something is so easy. It's so easy for them to hop in to you. Okay? Now, at that point, when you are just getting tipsy and want to drink more, I think sometimes the spirit's inside you already encouraging you to drink more, you know, and I think that's alcohol, man. I think alcohol is almost as bad as crack. I think it should be illegal because people that drink, that do it every day, it's just this dis-ease. And I think the spirits hang around those people and they're like, cool, let's like kind of encourage them to do this, you know, because they're weak. Because when you have alcohol in your system and you drink every day, you are weak all the time, and that's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that opinion. But I think that when you black out, it's not you anymore. I don't think you're behind the wheel at all. Because your eyes are open, you're doing stuff, you're making out with people you would never ever do that with, and you have no conscious mind of it. You don't remember a single thing. Yes, dis-ease. It's dis-ease. And you don't have a single, you have no idea. Sometimes you might get fuzzy memories. I don't know what I think about those, you know, like maybe you're in there too and you can barely see. But most of the time, and I'm talking about this like for me, when blackout experiences have happened, which has been a lot, and not any, no way. I don't think it's you. Because the things that you do are insane, and it's like, that stuff doesn't happen when you smoke too much pot, or when you, you know, do other things that are legal. Pot's legal here in Seattle. It's not legal in Texas. So I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit, and I like don't want to go on a rant or anything, but I do want to do things like story times. I want to do, Peggy came on my channel today, which was real. Oh, GM Lamine23. Hi, I'm doing good. Thank you. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. And, asked, do you know of a magical way to help an alcoholic? I do a lot of addiction magic, yes. So if that's something that you need some personal things with Silver Moon, let me know and we can chat about how that would go. But yes, addiction magic is so important, and I'll be completely honest about where I studied my addiction magic from. I'll show you the book. I'm not going to talk about it like with words. I'm just going to show you a couple of books that I used for addiction magic. Some of the best information I've ever gotten on addiction magic. So let me grab those books. And if you don't like the name of the author, I read everything. I read all the authors, the good ones, the bad ones, the nice ones, the suck. I want to hear about witchcraft from every single aspect. Not just this side or that hand or this hand. Oh, where's my... Oh, there it is. I was like, really? Oh, maybe we should read a brother's script. I don't know. Okay. So, if you didn't know, so this book right here. Can you read the name of the author? There you go. Now you can read it. Okay. This guy. This is a book. Let me just read. Well, no, I don't want to read the back of it. Right. I just don't want to say it out loud because I don't want it to be on the dictation of YouTube. So, this guy has been through some fucking experiences with addiction and magic. The worst addictions, the brown one, and then it talks about alcohol too. But in general, addiction magic can cover alcohol, cocaine, PCP, I don't know, whatever people are addicted to. You can say it. You can say the word. I don't want that word to come up because, you start to get, I don't understand how the analytics go or whatever, but you start to get flagged in categories. I've learned a lot about how this works. And then also, when you, have the words on the screen, I don't want somebody to just think I'm talking about that. Fuck it. Okay, Aleister Crowley, you guys. Aleister Crowley wrote an amazing book called Diary of a Drug Fiend, and it's all about his struggles with heroin, and what else was he taking? Mescaline, ecstasy, and this was in the 40s, or it takes place from the 1930s to the 1940s, and it's cocaine and heroin. That's the double one, and a lot of people who have used in the past know why those two work together. No, it's just funny. I was dancing around it and it was ridiculous. I don't know why either. But I've read some things that say if you talk about blood magic or other shit too much, you're gonna. So anyway, when I was struggling with something personally, I used his advice from this book. And if you guys have not read this book, you should give it a read because it doesn't even talk about the things he's known for, okay? This just talks about his drug use and how he got off of it with magic and no prescription medicines that were, just as bad or something. He used, he smoked himself out with frankincense, and he used some law of attraction and gnosis, and so, honestly, that book really, yes, exactly, Brenda. Exactly. And that's a sad, sad thing. So anyway. And the reason that I like Crowley and is because he explored all aspects of magic and wasn't afraid to just whatever be himself. Okay, all the other shit that he did, if you watch a documentary about him, horrible, right? But there are good aspects of every people. And the book that he wrote here has helped me, and it helped a lot of people get addiction magic done. So, hello everybody, nice to see you. Venus. So, let's see, I want to show you some more ornaments that I made. Remember that we did the chicken foot ornaments, which were super fun, and we also dried out that star fruit. And for Brenda, I did that, how do we pronounce it, Brenda? Carambola fruit. So we took the star fruit and we, it's not called a julienne, but it's just called It's called this. So we did that to it, and then I dried it, and it turned out like super cute, okay? They're tiny though. Like the fruit was like this big, and I dehydrated it, and it's like, Meh. So it comes out super small, and then I just like, you know, wired them. I wired this one upside down for one of my girlfriends who likes the star that way, and that's totally fine. And then, because the star fruit was so pricey, I didn't want to even waste the little tiny end bits that weren't stars, so I just strung them. Thank you, they are so cute. So I just strung them. And actually, this wire is just some super cheap dollar store wire, and they had red and black, so I got that. And then it was so cheap wire that you could either, like, you didn't need wire cutters for it, you could just cut it with some really quality scissors or whatever. So then, oh yeah, my hands are naked. I need my rings. What else? I had a crazy day. It was such a crazy day. Mannequins! Mannequins! So, Tess and Whitney, your orders are done. They're blessed. They're behind me. I still have that candle going with them, and I'm going to keep that going until I send them out to you. The 10 chickens' feet that I've anointed with all my different oils, okay? And then I'm sending in goodies. And then Tess ordered also, I think, a, like, love and necklace, and I'm really excited, and Whitney has a bat coming, and it's all really exciting. So, I'm just, it's on the way, don't worry. It takes me a while to get things going. What do you guys want to talk about? Hello? Have I shown you my phone? Now, I keep this usually pretty close to my bed, not because I'm weird and I'm like, hello, but because, you know, guns are scary. And yeah, they're legal here in America and all that. And I'm not going to say much more about that. But to me, this like big ass brass thing, like you could, you know, really use it as a harmless weapon to keep yourself safe. But I do use this in spirit communication magic and workings and personal rituals that I do with the spirits that I work with, yeah? Because I like to add things in to what I'm doing. It helps me, like, having more of those symbolic things just right there with you. Like, I don't know. This is old. And people used to use, like, they would depend on this device to communicate. So if you're doing workings with communication or gossip or bad news or, you know, just go. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Ah, hi, Allie. How are you? Or Ali, trash can. How are you? Yeah, so smart, multi-purpose. Totally, you could use it, you know, as defense or in magic. So, I don't know yet what I'm gonna do with this black bamboo that we got. Does anybody have any ideas? I was thinking that, like, lust magic, so I'm starting to dry it out. I really wanted to taste it, I'll be quite honest, but I don't want to ruin it. It's like really gorgeous. It's called black bamboo, but it's purple. It's so pretty. Hello. Black seed oil. I haven't found that, Legata. I haven't found a single thing, because I know you wanted a video on black seed oil. Scott Cunningham hasn't said anything on it. Yeah, so I could make a wand. The inside will be like dry and fluffy. But I really want to like use it for making like noise and ruckus and beating. I don't know what the calling is, but what is that oil? Yeah, black seed oil. Legata, tell us more about what you know about black seed oil. I could certainly go on Google and look things up, but I went through all my books and I didn't find anything. I'm sorry. So, Allie Trashcan, I don't think that you've joined us on one of my lives before because I don't remember seeing your little name, but welcome. Welcome to our family. And please, if you have any questions on witchcraft, I'm right here in my studio and have everything kind of at my fingertips. So if you need some help or advice, we could talk about it, yeah? Also, copper wire, some crystals or shells. I'm curious about the devil's shoestring. Silver moon, what's devil's shoestring? Tell me more. Black seed oil is very powerful magic oil. It will cure everything but death. Shit. So I need it for my dad, who's ill but not passed yet, right? And black seed oil. And I would look it up on my phone, but I'm filming on my phone, so I can't. You know, that's exactly right. You are a part of this awesome family. That's completely exactly what I would say back to you. So thank you for acknowledging that we are a beautiful family. Cures stage 1 and 2 cancers? Legata, that's amazing. You really have to, where did you hear about that? That's great. The Devil's Shoestring and Hoodoo Shops Online. Hoodoo Shops Online. So I didn't read about it in any of my books, but maybe it's in there. Let me, so is it an herb though, or is it a, like, I need to have a basis of what it is, kinda. So many rings. I'm really sorry I'm so spacey tonight, you guys. I just wanted to do a live because when I was looking at my analytics, I've said this before, come in, sweetheart, I'm doing a live. You guys, you have to see my Christmas tree anyway. Let's go look at something really amazing. But first, I'll tell you the rest. Everybody keeps watching my lives over and over and not my other videos. They have, like, by far way more views, so I'm trying to do more lives. Okay, you read about black seed oil in your great-grandmother's diary. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, because she was a bruja as well, right? That blows my mind that you read it in, like, an old diary, Book of Shadows type thing. It's so, so, so cool. Maybe it is like a hemp oil. Okay, so basically it was Alex's birthday the other day, right? And we had a great day. We went out and spent the day with his parents the next day. It was super awesome. I got him this radical book for his birthday, and I'll show it to you, and he just, like, made something out of it, and it's so cool. It's like a DIY type book. YouTube black seed oil, and there are thousands of videos. Okay, so Legata, I'll YouTube the videos, and then I'll just tell you my intuitions on it. That's the best I can do. So here's the book that I got Alex, and it's called Kokedama. Kokedama. Hanging Kokedama. And so they're these, like, little awesome, like, plants that you just, like, hang. And inside of the book, it's just, like, tons of ideas and pictures and whatnot. And then it also breaks it down so it could tell you, like, exactly, like, all the supplies you need, all the stuff. But look how cute these are. They're just, like, plants. These are some succulents inside of the moss and twine. So let's go see what Alex did. He's super excited that are so cute. Devil's shoestring is an herb. Okay, cool. In my hoodoo book, I'll look. Okay, let's go see what's going on. My house is so messy. I'm sorry. And you guys get to see, oh look, there's Jesus and Delilah. You guys get to see our Christmas tree, our Yule tree. Hello, Alex.
You're right. So this is what I made. See, it's a hanging.
What is it? Hanging what?
It's a anthurium.
Say hi to Legata. She's here.
Hello.
Alright. Well, it looks really cool.
Anyway, see, and it's hanging. It's got. So they hang a moss ball. And yeah.
Legata said hi. She's bigger than me. See how big this mannequin is? Alright. Oh.
Cool.
Christmas Yule tree. Hmm? So there's there's chicken's feet, ornaments. There are the garland that we made together, which is juniper berry and cranberry. There are the star ornaments. And at the top, there's a big star with peacock feather. So, all the stuff on the tree except for the lights and the lovely candy canes we made. You can't see. There's that Yule goat that we made. Didn't turn out so good, but that's okay. Next. Am I on Wi-Fi? Shit, no. Sorry, you guys. Oh my god. Now I am on Wi-Fi. I was out and about, so. Sorry. So that's what's going on. Okay, well, I apologize, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, so anything you guys want to talk about, or we can say goodbye. Whatever you guys want to do. Can you guys see now? Oh, nobody even saw Alex or the tree. That's a bummer. I'll do a video on it later, you guys. For some reason, when I took you out there, it just, like, we lost it.
Here, then I'll just bring it.
Oh, he's just gonna be the sweetest and bring it. So here we are.
Okay, so if you guys can see, this is what it is.
It's just one of those plants that
It's
we bought
a
today.
Christmas plant called anthurium, I believe it's called. I'm probably saying that wrong. And then it's a technique called kokedama. Koka meaning moss and dama meaning ball. Moss ball. And they hang from the ceiling or wherever, your porch. And so they're really cool. And then when you want to water them, you set them in a bowl of water and they absorb through the moss. But you add these things called water crystals through the inside, and what they do is they absorb extra water and they hold it so that this thing doesn't dry out as much and it can hold water for long periods of time.
Alex will do a video on one, won't you, sweetie?
Yes, I'll be doing a video.
So Juckshy Farms, make sure you subscribe to Juckshy Farms on YouTube and Instagram, y'all.
That turned out really good.
It did for your first try. Aren't you glad I got you that book?
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about again, you guys. These kokedama. Here, go. Here. Sorry. Oh my god, today at work. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So dumb. Here's the thing, like, in real life, like, I'm a nice, kind person, but I just don't take anybody's shit. Like, I'll just leave the situation, you know? I'll try doing that. But when you're at work and, like, you have this, like, boss type person, and they just, like, one night say one thing and then one night say completely different, and then you're just like, and so, like, I don't know, I was just so mad that I was envisioning, like, punching her, and that makes me sad, like, because if anybody would talk to me like that outside of, like, the real situation that was there, like, if she would talk to me like that in real life or in person, I would never let that fly. Like, my mouth would just start, like, running, and I would be willing to punch her, you know, like, I don't know, that's so messed up. So I'm sad that somebody makes me feel that way, but the good news is that we're not going to be here too much longer. So, I mean, I'm still trying the killing them with kindness type thing and just really trying to make that work. And it is so far. Because for some reason I feel like she wants to get a reaction out of me. And when I don't react, it pisses her off even more or something. I don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to come on and say hello to all you guys. It looks like, I want one, but I smoke a lot. It looks like everybody's kind of dropping off. Yes, we are moving to Texas. We just don't know when. Like, I think it will probably be within a year. I think by this time next year we'll be settled in and I'll have a new little studio, you know? So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, it's fine. I've been dealing with that stuff forever, like at work and everything, but you're moving to South Carolina? That's awesome. I think my, one of my friends that's on this channel is in South Carolina that I talk to a lot, and they get a lot of bones out in the bushes and stuff when they just take nature walks, so. Okay, Allie Trash Can, you're in Oklahoma. That's so cool. And I have a lot of subscribers in Oklahoma, so I'm really excited to be moving that way. I'm going to get a lot closer to you guys. But the witches that I know in the Northwest, like a couple of you in Oregon, and one or two of you here in Washington, you guys, we need to hang out and meet each other before I move. Because once I move to Texas, you know, I don't know. I'll be doing my retreats and stuff down there, which will be really cool. So, yeah, my guess and my intuition tells me that by this time next year, by Christmas time next year, we'll be in. And once I say something out loud that's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. So, it's done. Purple, you're like, I know. She's in Cali. Calio. Not a fan of doing this. Looks weird. Texas has cheaper taxes. Look out, it says Texas has cheaper taxes, honey. That's good. I heard Texas also has, like, bad traffic, but then I asked a friend that lives in Texas that also knows Seattle traffic. I said, is it worse than Seattle? He's like, oh, no. And I was like, oh, good. So people are like, it's so horrible, but we're already used to, like, one of the worst traffics in the world, so that's good. They also said about it, like, oh, Venus, you're in Cali too? What part of California? Northern? Southern? Middle? Love Santa Cruz area. That's kind of right there in the middle, right? What do you guys want to talk about? I could show you. Did I leave the... I can show you that. I'm not gonna... We had to sing that song at our 6th grade concert. Here are the songs we sang at my 6th grade concert. You guys are gonna laugh at this. I Can Show You the World from Aladdin. Okay? And there was 2 solos from my friends that did that. We also sang What's Up by Four Non Blondes, but we weren't allowed to say hi, but we did, which is funny because I didn't even know that Jim Morrison did his whole thing like that before I did. Yeah, so anyway. And I was in I was like a part, like, so the group of us, like a 6th grade concert, you just sing like popular songs. Everybody sang, and then there was some soloists for the Four Non Blondes, and we were called the Ooh Girls. And if you know that song, What's Up by Four Non Blondes, that you would know that there's this big ooh, like, solo. So there was 4 of us girls that did the oohs. And that was the only, like, performance I ever did in a concert that wasn't in the main just mix of everything. And it was way too much for me. I did not enjoy it. Because there was real people there. So, like, for instance, if all of you guys, if 555, not that that's how many people are watching, people were sitting in front of me, I couldn't talk to you this comfortably. But So that's kind of how I feel about it. There were probably like 300 people in front of us when we were singing that, because like back in the 90s, man, your whole family would come to your concerts if you had aunts and uncles around, and like a lot of the I don't want to say it. A lot of the other like types of families that just had like so much family closeness, like they would bring just aunts, uncles, cousins, second cousins, third cousins, whatever. So it was just like a full gymnasium of people. Oh my god, and this one time, I should do a story time video on this time that my friend Jamie had, I'm sure she'll never find my channel, had this clarinet solo, and oh fuck, it was the funniest story ever. Like, her reed broke, like all this, here's just the tiny preview, okay, because it's a big long story and it's really funny. The reed broke, and if there's a more stubborn person than me, it would be this chick, and I love her with all my heart. And I actually have talked with her on Facebook as an adult and everything. But anyway, she flipped out because she didn't want to play her instrument, and she just like, it was just, it's a good story. So we'll be looking forward to that. I do have a really early morning at the restaurant tomorrow. So let's see, we have a lot of vegans and gays here. In California, vegans and gays. Yeah. Usually on the West Coast, there's a lot of, well, I mean, San Francisco is just like the land of free love, free spirit. So why wouldn't you have a lot of diverse groups of a sexual orientation, right? That's great. I don't know what to say about it. You made me, what's the word? I sang the Lizzie McGuire theme song at a talent show in front. We should all share talent show stories. That would be so funny. I sang the Lizzie McGuire theme song in a talent show in 4th grade, and I got so nervous that when I got off stage, I didn't remember the song at all. So right? Like, why does that happen? You knew it. You sang it in the shower 8,000 times. You practiced it. You practiced it with your friends. Why in that moment it's gone? Like, it's so funny. And I mean, we can laugh about it now, right? It is funny. What have I done in public that I freaked out on? Like, I don't know if I've ever... I'll have to think about that, though. Like, what's the weirdest thing I've done, like, in public? Oh, I already know it. I think I will do some story times, because I do have some funny stories. And I talked to Peggy today. You did the Spice Girls Purple Sky. That is hilarious. Which song? If You Want to Be My Lover, or what were those other Spice Girl songs, Alex? Tell You What I Want? Was it I'll Tell You What I Want? So anyway, have any of you guys seen Jessie Smiles? Like, she's this big YouTuber who just does story times about her crazy ass life. I don't think that I could be as entertaining as she could, but I do really like that aspect of talking. Tell You? How does that song go? Spice Girls Tell You? Oh, I Tell You What I Want. Right, okay. Right, so British chicks that were just like, let's be like, not like, who's that band with this boy? Not like the Village People, okay, but kind of like the Village People. Like, let's all have a different theme name, okay? Like, you're gonna be Scary. I would probably be Scary Spice, right? Like, I don't know, like, who would I be? What Spice would you be? I would kill to see your storytime videos. Cool, well, I'll think about doing some story times. Do you guys think I should separate them from my witchcraft channel or not? Because I feel like if I integrated them in, it would be a good thing, but I don't know. For a long time, I wanted to write a book, and I was going to call it, and I'm not going to do it anymore, so if anybody wants to steal this idea, please go ahead. And it's called We Reserve the Right to Refuse Service to Anyone, and it's a bunch of stories collected from waitresses, waiters, pizza delivery boys, any person who gets tips, tattoo artist, any person who works and focuses on tips as a main part of their job. Now, the reason I thought this book would be cool would be because regular people need to read that shit. Regular people need to read how you really affect waitresses, like, and they're people too. And, like, also in this book, there was going to be a quiz that would be like, take this quiz to see if you're a normal human, like, if you're a good enough human to, like, be served at a restaurant, because I really feel like, who are you? Like, why aren't you looking at me? I'm bringing you food, I'm talking to you, and you won't look up at me, and what is the deal with everybody being on their cell phone during food? Like, I really try, and Alex does too, we try not to have our cell phones out when we eat, because we don't go out to eat a lot, so it's kind of a special thing. So we really, like, if we have to check something super quick, but for generals, we put them away. And when I've been waitressing 10 years ago versus now, so different, man. And people are not engaging. You can tell who's on a date, like people that are on a date that are like dating and getting, like, just getting to know each other, they're not on their phones. But everyone else, even 50 and 60-year-old people, are just like, man, wake up. That book needs to exist, right, Allie? Because that book, so if somebody wants to help me make that book, or I could just turn them into story times instead, maybe the virtual world is where I need to get this out on. But at this point, I've got a lot of stories from my past, but I know that people have way more stories that are more current, and it would be cool to collab with some people that are either waitresses, bartenders especially. Us bartenders and waitresses, we really have the best stories out there. But man, pizza delivery guys, how does it feel when you don't get tipped? Or how does it feel when you get $1 and it was a $60 check? Like, people need to know. Yeah. No one, I mean, phones on the table. It is a family time period, I feel too, yeah. You were a bartender for 19 years. Legato, like, let's share some stories. If anybody can figure out how to do a Hangouts with me on YouTube where you, like, split the screen and we go back and forth, I would love to do that with you and ask you so if somebody is savvy enough to set that up with me, I would love to do some story times just on, like, bartending, waitressing, that kind of stuff. That needs to exist. We always do 20%. What, Brenda? What? Oh, yeah. One minute. We'll take the UFO things down. They're temporary. Do you not want them anymore?
No, I definitely want them. They were really expensive.
Alright, boo.
I just didn't want them out here.
Yeah. I mean, this is what I do. We just sit here and we kind of chit-chat back and forth, and, Alex has this living fucking garden out there. Like, everything out there is just like, plants! The other day, the banana plant got me, and I'm like, ah! And it was, like, sappy underneath. It was just funny, man. Banana plants. Oh, I have so many gifts under my tree from you guys that you've sent me. I just got that big box today. I know I already talked about it, but I'm so bad at, like, oh! I have the best story time. Here's another one. I gotta write these down. One year, me and my friend Bryn. Shit. Anyway, whatever. Who cares? I might not say her name ever again. One year when we were, like, in 9th grade, and her parents had a little bit of money. Like, they had a good amount of money. I like to hang out there because we would have, like, fun dinners, and her parents got me presents too, along with my parents and all that. But anyway, I would stay over there on school nights, and, like, 24/7 we were together. And we weren't the best kids. We did do this and whatever. It's whatever. And so anyway, one year her tree I mean, they had this like living room with the biggest vaulted ceilings you could ever see. They had designed their house themselves. It was really cool. Her parents worked really hard for it though. Like, they did not like just fall into money. Like, they worked hard for their money. So I respected them a lot for that. So anyway, one year we decided, because her parents like did a lot of this too, and they were always just like sleeping or gone or whatever. So we decided to open all the gifts and then rewrap them. And I have a whole story just on that, and it is really, really, really funny. Like, how we did it, how we got them rewrapped, all about how she, like, yeah, I mean, it was a shit can extravaganza. So I sure will write down these things that we're going to talk about on story time. That will be fun. Hey, Alex!
Yeah.
People want to hear stories.
About what?
My stories.
Oh,
Sheesh.
remember, don't say anything illegal.
What?
Don't say anything illegal.
Marijuana is illegal here.
I'm not talking about marijuana.
Oh, I was, though.
I'm telling a marijuana story.
Right, I'm not telling any other stories. You can tell those stories, though, can't you? No, I mean, no. Never mind. Alright, so we're going to talk about... So you guys should write out a Q&A for me as well. If you're watching this live after it's over and everything, just type in the comments a new Q&A for me. Because when I hit, you know, another, like, good number of subscribers, I'm going to do another Q&A. Okay, so we're going to do the opening present story. Oh my gosh. One time she answered the door, oh my gosh, to the pizza boy just wearing chaps. It was oh my gosh, that, and then we paid him in coins. That's a really good story. And we were like 14. Oh my gosh, there's so many good ones. I forgot that my childhood was so funny, to be quite honest. Like, as soon as I remembered her, I'm like, right, all that shit we did together. Oh my god, I just remembered another thing. There's so many fun things to say. So if you guys are looking forward to story time, let me know. Thank you. I love being hilarious. We're opening all the gifts. Oh my gosh. You know how, like, you're older and you look back at what you did when you were a kid, like sneaking out or whatever, just being dumb, and you think, that is so dangerous. Like, not even when you're a parent, but just when you're a grown-ass person and you're like, look at news stories about kids getting swooped up and stuff, and you're like, what I did was so crazy. Yeah. No. Alright, so a lot of good story times that we have to think of. Oh, I have to do a story time. I was just telling you guys, my mother, so Peggy, who you guys met on my channel today, she adopted an exchange student from Spain, okay? And his name was Javier. And here's the only preview to that story time, okay? Basically, my mom, like, somebody asked Peggy if she would, like, they couldn't take care of this exchange student anymore because something happened. There was, like, a death in the family, so Peggy had to do it. And so Peggy was like, okay, because it was, like, some member through a church that she kind of affiliated with through business. So, I had no idea of any of this. I come home from school one day, and there's this Spanish gentleman who looks to be about 18, but is really 15, 16. And my mom is yelling at him because he can't understand. So at first, like, I just walk in the door and I hear, like, Javier! Javier! And this kid, when I see his face, he looks like he's about to cry. Like, he looks terrified. My brother tells her, Mom, it's not that he can't hear you. It's he can't speak English. You know, like, it's the louder you talk, it's not gonna, like, get to him. So there's so many funny Javier stories. Oh, Peter. Yeah, the positive forces that be somehow keep us out of prison or a coffin, for sure. For sure. No, poor Javier, exactly. Poor Javier. So I made sure to, like, as soon as, you know, like, I made sure that he was comfortable because he was exactly my age at the time. It was so funny. And he had his, like, 21st birthday, or the year that it was, for him, it was 16. So in Spain, you can, when you're 16, you have a big, like, bash because you're the drinking age, right? It's just like in America, a 21st birthday bash. He was at Peggy's for that. And I'll tell you that story, too. It's really sad. But anyway, there's so many great, like, Peggy stories that I talked to her today, and I was like, do you mind if I tell stories about you on my channel? Do you mind if I tell stories about our childhood and, you know, on my channel and talk about you and Dad? And she's like, no, that might be fun. And I was like, okay, cool. And then we went through the drive-thru today because she wanted taco time. And I was like, remembering all, oh right, drive-thru stories with Peggy. Every time we go through a drive-thru, somehow we get the giggles, okay? And, like, sometimes when the women in my family, like me, Lily, my mom, aunts, whatever, when we get laughing, we just can't stop. And it's like you stay up till 3 in the 4 in the morning, like, playing cards, laughing over nothing. Like, very, very fun. Very funny. So anyway, we were going through the drive-thru of, she wanted taco time because she wanted their, this, like, fried crispy burrito thing or whatever. So, I'm like, okay, we go through taco time, that's cool, that sounds like fun for me. I like the little, like, potato bites that they have, and there's, like, the super yummy, salsa, and I like that. And also, the ice that they use in their beverages is really good, so I was like, yeah, I was getting stoked, and I hadn't been through that drive-thru in, like, 4 years, so I thought that would be fun. So we do that, and of course, for my meal that I got, which was a beverage, a little bit of potato fries, you know, and then one tiny fried burrito, it was $7, and I was like, oh my god, for $7 I can make, like, 4 sandwiches at home. I don't know, I'm always thinking about, like, but it was good, and it was fun. So we go through the drive-thru, and, like, there's always something that comes up, like, with me and Peggy, we're gifted with drive-thru moments. So we're gonna do some drive-thru filming of us going through the drive-thru, of us ordering, and then whatever happens. Because there's some kind of weird comedic magic that happens when we go through the drive-thru together. So, also, I'm really hoping to get a GoPro for Christmas so I can make clearer videos. Not that anybody needs to see me more clearly, because there's not, you know, the clearer you see me, I'm a Monet. I look really good from far away. But up close, you're just a big old mess, right, Alex? Yeah. I don't think he knows what he's saying yes to. 15. Poor Javier. Oh, it's 15 now, Legato? Well, what year was that? 1996. He said that 16 was the legal drinking age. It's 15 in Spain. It's called a quinceanero. Quinceanero. Who put the freak in French fries? I was just watching that movie, but you were definitely not a mess. What movie? I talk about so many things. So the drive-thrus with Peggy would be fun. let me tell you one. No, I'll save it for story time. We got lots of story times. Ooh, hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome, Nicole. Is there anybody right now that's outside the United States? If you are, I would like to hear where you're from. Legata, you're in Puerto Rico, correct? Clueless, I thought the moment. Yeah, no, it totally is. You're right. You're so right. It was a Clueless reference. So, you know what? You just can't quote Alicia Silverstone anymore. Kidding. But up close, a big old mess. That's exactly right. And Brittany Murphy, I think that was one of her first movies. I actually love Brittany Murphy. So sad that she died so young. I think one of her greatest actings, though, was in a terrible movie called Spun. Out here in this part of Washington where we live, there's a lot of, like, bathtub meth labs and, like, out in the woods, people just making, like, meth, you know, and it's been bad for 20 years in this area. And luckily, that's something that I never wanted to get into. Crams! Woohoo! You're here! Hey, babe! So luckily that was something I never wanted to get into. Why did I even get talking about that? Who knows? Who knows what I'm talking about? No Louisiana at the moment. Oh, cool! But you're Puerto Rican, correct? That's amazing. And I love, love, love the word bruja. And I have since I found out what it was when I watched True Blood. And I met a character that okay. Let me show you a sticker on my briefcase which describes me and my heart. Like, let me just show you. Where's my briefcase? Oh, for fuck's sakes, it's right here. It's right here. I want to show you a sticker on my briefcase that completely sums me up, okay? And, okay. I'm just going to tell you that I've been using the word endeavors since I was a little kid. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But when I put out my briefcase endeavors, I've been using that word since before I found witches on YouTube. And that's all I'm going to say. So I like to say the word endeavors. Where's the quote? Here we go. This is actually really sums me up. This one right here. My favorite sport is having non-fictional feelings about fictional characters. And also, if you guys don't know who this is, does anybody know who this is? If you do, say. This is such a good show. Such a good show. That witch did they think it was from? What witch did they... Oh. I don't want to say any witches' names. It's a YouTube witch who uses the word endeavors, and I'm just telling you that I wasn't trying to steal that word. I've just been in love with that word since I was a little kid, so... Candy? Thank you. Oh, I want to show you guys something else. Okay. I loaded up on more chicken's feet because I'm selling out of them pretty quickly. So I got a whole nother batch if anybody wants some chicken's feet. But also at the store today at the International Market, I found Strangers with Candy. I knew I loved you, Legata. Like, Strangers with Candy is such a good show, and that sticker is of Jerry Blank. And if you guys have not watched Strangers with Candy, you're really missing out. It's weird. It's a weird ass show. It's so funny, and it leaves you kind of feeling dark and creepy and uncomfortable. But that's why I like it. So yeah, check out Strangers with Candy if you haven't seen it. What else was I saying? not doing anything. I want my Yule log. Just put it in Lily's room, sweetie. You can put whatever in Lily's room. Our house is so full of things going on. I love your plant, babe. It looks so cool.
Yeah, I really like it too. Turned out good.
I had good customers tonight. Like, nothing went wrong customer-wise. Everything was on point. I mean, I can't complain about tonight. It was pretty good. I just had that vision in my head where I, like, you know, I just really want to tell her, like, if you talk to me like that in real life, if you did, I would really, like, go off on, I mean, and that's not, like, me. So, I gotta, like, do more meditation and figure out how I can keep killing it with kindness, you know. But, oh yeah, I did get another thing from the international market, which I'm really excited about. Do you have tongs, Alex? So, I heard all this stuff, like, I'm gonna have to take down all my videos that have music. I'm gonna have to take them down. All this crap about, like, I don't know, I'm really nervous that I've made so many videos and they're not gonna be able to be kept up because, I, like, didn't accredit the right thing, or I, like, read from a book and it wasn't okay, and I don't know. So at the international market, I found this thing I'm going to pull out of the bag, but I also found something that I write. That's what I'm talking about. You guys copyright. So I have no idea. That'll be really sad for me if I have to take those down. Ensure the log to say. Okay, so I was asking for chicken's feet. I said, can you look in the back to see if you have chicken's feet? She said, okay. She goes in the back, and I'm looking around at the international market because they have, like, pig hooves, okay? They have the hooves of pigs, they have cow hooves, they have cow heart, they have all this stuff I want to work with in magic, right? And in witchcraft. And since I always have to have a chauffeur, you know, for the next 9 months since I've decided to not drive instead of pay more for insurance to be frugal. I can't just, like, get, so I found a whole pig's head, is what I found, and it was $11. And it was from here up. And it was the ears, the face, the everything. And I wanted it, you know. You could do really cool working with it, but I couldn't figure out, like, how I could preserve it or dry it or whatever. And they had pig's ears, and they had pig's snouts and all this stuff. And I think it's really cool to be able to work with those kind of things. Not just chicken's feet. Like, let's spread this out. What else could we make taxidermy out of with our dehydrators, with our methods of nature, with other things, right? So I really... I'm sorry if you guys don't, like... Can you dry a heart? Yeah, you can. And chicken hearts are a really common thing. Like, you can, if you don't see a package of chicken hearts, you can just ask for them. Also, chickens have an organ called gizzards, which a lot of people get gizzards to fry up and eat. And, man, my family's eaten those for years. They're really yummy snack. Any kind of organ meat is really good for your body if you do eat meat, because it helps give you vitamins and nutrients that you can't otherwise get through certain things. Really good for your teeth, any kind of organ meats, if you're trying to redevelop the bone matter of your teeth. Oh, I know, Lagana. I'm not saying I don't love pigs, but I'm saying people eat pork, and then, of course, the butcher has the head left over. And for me, in my thoughts, when I saw that pig head, I wanted to make it something beautiful, like a really cool working, and then perhaps put it in the ground as an offering or something, rather than, I don't know, I don't know, somebody boiling it and eating it, or it just being thrown away, which probably is what happens most of the time, you know. So I know, like, honestly, when I was on the farm when I was a little kid, pigs are one of my favorite animals to hang out with. You know, they're really loving, cool, awesome. Alex actually wanted to get us a one of them miniature pigs. What do you call them, Alex? That miniature pig you wanted to get. It's like a potbelly pig. They say it's a potbelly pig, but they get really big, and then you're up shit creek, and then what? Okay, so in the bag I have, and I don't really want to open it because it's really spiky. I have a cactus that has loads of spikes, okay? Loads. It's got a lot of spikes on there. Alex picked it up and put it in the bag for me. I want to do a really cool working, because I've had a lot of people asking me lately for workings to keep their man at home, keep their man to like not stray away, keep him interested, keep him not texting and looking for other fun stuff. 3 or 4 people. And when something like this happens all at once, it makes me think, okay, I have to really kind of focus on this, and it's a calling. I need to do a video on it. I need to help people with this subject. Okay. So when we did the tarot root video, we said that these looked a lot like male genitalia. You know, the scrotum. And there's even little hairs all over those. So I'm going to do a put his nuts in the jar spell, okay? We talked about it before. How to keep someone at home. We're going to use a lot of love and lust herbs, okay? We are going to put his nuts in the jar with you, with a puppet of you, okay? And all these lust herbs. And then on the outside of the jar, for instance, if his lust were to escape you, we are going to put all the consequences, okay? So I'm going to coat the jar with some, maybe like some hot foot or some habaneros, which I got a request for a video on from Alyssa Kalma. And so we're going to be doing a video on habanero. You know, you could hang a habanero on the outside of the jar, and that would be it. You know, if you leave this jar, if you leave me, that's what's waiting for you. So I'm excited to do that put his nuts in a jar spell. I think that it's a clever working. And I don't have anything else to do with that tarot root. However, the spell that I do is just going to be a table working. It's not going to be something I'm doing personally in any way. It's just going to be something I'm showing you because I don't actually need that working. And if I do, heaven help me. But I don't. So, story times will be fun. I don't know how I'll set them up. But really inspired by Miss Smiles and everything that she does. She's really hilarious and she makes me laugh, and I want to make other people laugh with like the stories I've had from childhood. When my brothers and I were younger and we all lived at home together, they would have, they're 10 years older than me, so they would have parties and gatherings and lots of friends over, and Mom would always be there, and she would be the life of the party. And then she would kind of drift outside and like entertain Scott's friends and kind of just go around, and it was so funny because like she's just that mom that everybody wants to be their second mom, you know. And so anyway, when she would leave, and I would be like 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, right? Because Scott's 10 years older than me, so yeah. And I would come out, And I would just, like, make jokes and, like, I would do this, like, stand-up routine of things my mom would say. Like, she always confused names. So instead of saying, like, I love Oprah Winfrey, she'd say, oh, I just love that Okra Wimpy. Or she, like, remember in the 90s talk shows like Ricky Lake and Jesse Jones and all that stuff? She couldn't get a name right for her life. So it would be like, Ricky Lane. Are you watching Ricky Lane again? No, Mom. I'm watching Ricky Lake. You know, the one in Hairspray? I love that. Can you shut my door?
I turned it down.
Okay. It's fine then. It's all good. So, but she's the queen of, I remember Montel Williams? She'd say, Monte Billings. And so, whatever, like, I would just, like, get a crowd of people around me at a very young age and start telling these, like, jokes and stories. And then when my mom would come in, it was just like the crowd melted away and everybody knew that. But I wasn't teasing her. I was just making fun of someone I loved. Like, in my family, that's kind of what we do. But if it hurts somebody or if it hurts them at all, then we stop. We take care of them and stuff. Yeah, she's practiced. Oh my gosh, okay, I have to say this. You cannot put your menstrual blood in other people's food. No, 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 no. That's, like, not okay, period. Your menstrual blood, your spit, your nails, you can't put that in people's food. And I didn't see the whole conversation that was going on. I only got, like, partway into it where it was, like, in the spaghetti or whatever. Here's the deal. You can really get sick from menstrual blood. Menstrual blood is the body shedding the toxins that have happened throughout the month. Like, when I ate pure raw foods, I only had a period for 24 hours. But when I got back onto whatever foods, they're 3 to 4 days again. What does that say? If you choose, and I did 90 minutes of videos, I did 3 videos on menstrual blood and magic. And I've done even more on menstrual magic, but just like menstrual blood and magic, I've done 3 videos on them. There's a YouTube video of some woman putting it on her husband's salmon and serving it to him. How is that still up there? You can really hurt somebody. You could die. You could get sick. You could get, Now, if you did a witch's jar or some kind of, like, amulet that you wanted to give to somebody or, like, a mojo bag and you put a drop of blood on something inside that mojo bag, that's different. That's not them ingesting it. That's not them touching it. It's just your DNA somewhere in that bag that they're holding on to. Like all my hoodoo books say, if you feel in your heart you can justify it, then you can do it. I don't know what... Maybe the witch doesn't know how much it could hurt somebody by doing that, but man, you can't do that. I talked to my naturopath about it. I said, can you do this? I've read about people ingesting their menstrual blood and then either people falling madly in love with them, which can definitely happen. I've seen it. Like, up close. I've seen it. And, if you're a man and that's ever just happened to you, did you fall in love with that woman? Like, I bet you did, because it's crazy. Anyway, whole nother topic, but I believe that, you can do some crazy love workings with menstrual blood, but it's so dangerous. Like, you could end up with a stalker. And I always say that, but I always say it because it's important to know. So, if there's anything else that you guys want to chat about, I'm going to lay down and go to bed, because I have to work in the morning, and I don't know what's going to happen next on Downton. What's that director's name? Water. Okay. Yes. grams. It's very dangerous to ingest. So if you choose to ingest your own, that's your own choice, right? But you gotta talk to your doctor, and you gotta make sure you're doing it safe. Even my doctor, my naturopath, was like, if you're gonna do that, if it was me, I would cook it. Like, she was like, I would cook it and bring it up to 120 degrees and then ingest it. So that's what my naturopath said, if you choose to do that. But she also said, be on a raw foods diet. Like, have a clean diet. Don't ingest this if you're eating fast food, if you're eating hormone milk, or dairy or whatever, And that's all your dairy, not just your milk. It's your ice cream, it's your cheese, and it's your... It's so hard to do. And that's why I'm back off of the raw foods train, is because I feel like if I can't do it all the time, then I don't want to do it. Like, that's all I want to do. If I want to do witchcraft and have a YouTube channel, that's all I want to do all the time. And that's what you guys see of my personality, right? Witchcraft is the only thing that's been in my life for over 3 years, solidly. Like, I've always found new hobbies. Brr, a new thing I'm going to do, a new thing I'm going to do, a new thing I'm going to do. Finally, in this craft, I'm like, I'm home, I'm here. And YouTube is great. The witchcraft niche is pretty small, which I like. And I like that I'm helping a lot of people. I like that people are listening to me in the car while they're driving. I like that people are excited about my Etsy page and my Patreon. I like that I have so many gifts under my tree from people that love me in this family. So, blood and milk is for William. That's exactly right. I feed William my mandrake root blood and milk. So that's my second video, I think, Brenda. My mandrake root video. Pan's Labyrinth. Rock and roll. Under the bed. Your mandrake root, right? And when I ordered William, I thought he was going to be a whole mandrake root. That's how he was advertised on Amazon. I paid $40 for a whole mandrake root I was going to put on my mantle. I was so fucking excited. And I got him and I was like, it's okay. He's going to be in so many workings now, So, I'm super tired, you guys, but look forward to all of these, plus so many more. I'm just going to put a little notebook in my pocket, and for the next couple days, just write down a bunch of story times. I feel like if I do story times, though, I should do them in front of, like, just a red cloth, so you can just see me and not all this shit behind me. Good night, brother. I love you guys. Good night, everybody. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Tomorrow, after I get off work, I get off work at 3 p.m. Seattle time. I will be rocking and pumping out videos at like 4 p.m. Seattle time all night. Probably do a live. Alright. Bye, everybody. Love you guys.